Hello, in this video I'm gonna tell you how to fix your iPhone overheating and how to make it work properly. So first, let's deal with external factors. If you're using a thick or heavy case, especially while charging or gaming, just remove it. Your iPhone needs room to breathe, and I know that you probably want that protection, so you may want to also replace your case with a thinner one that still protects your iPhone enough, but is thinner. Now, avoid also leaving it in direct sunlight or hot places like your car. It's a pretty obvious one, but sometimes it's worth reminding that. Now let's look at the usage habits. Running too many apps at once, or playing graphics heavy games for long periods, or recording 4K video non-stop will heat up your phone quickly. If you notice it getting hot, take a short break or let it cool down. Or if you're recording that 4K video, maybe stop that recording and switch it to HD recording. Now let's do some quick settings tweak so it can also help you. First, turn off Bluetooth, Wi-Fi or AirDrop when you don't need them. What I mean by that is you have the Wi-Fi, AirDrop and Bluetooth once you slide down from the top of the screen, and sometimes you need them, sometimes you use them, but sometimes you don't. If you don't, then maybe disable them because they will use your power, and using the power creates overheating, right? So now let's get to the next thing, which is disabling background app refresh for apps that don't need to constantly update. What I mean by that, some apps will need to refresh in the background so they deliver notifications on time, but let's just find an app that I don't need notifications from. Do I really need a notification for notifications from Google Photos? I don't think so. At least I don't need them on time. So let's go to the settings, then general, and scroll down until you find background app refresh. Now let's go to the Google Photos. I can't really find them, and I'm gonna disable the notifications from them. Also the Google Maps and some other ones can be disabled, depending on whether you want them to refresh in the background to deliver your notifications, or if that app connects with your smartwatch, then also leave background app refresh on so it can synchronize with your watch, but sometimes it's just not needed. Also, lower your screen brightness or use auto brightness to save energy and reduce heat. Your phone does make heat from the screen, and the higher the brightness is set to, the more heat it produces, so you may want to lower that. Then charging habits matter too, and always use a certified charger or cable. It doesn't have to be made by Apple, but made for iPhone. Doesn't really necessarily need to be made for iPhone, just certified. Has to be certified, because uncertified, some generic, non-reputable brands create chargers that produce inconsistent power, and that inconsistent power later needs to be made consistent by your phone, and to make it consistent it just turns the excess power into heat, so that's why your phone may overheat. Also, don't use your phone while charging, especially heavily, like playing games or stuff like that, and I think that this is one of the fastest way to make your phone overheat, by just using it excessively while charging. Also, if you notice your phone getting warm during charging, then you may want to remove the case to let the heat escape, but I've already mentioned the case earlier. Now on the software side, a simple restart can often fix temporary overheating issues, so you may want to click on power in either of the volume buttons, then slide to power off, wait for half a minute, and press and hold on the power button to turn your phone on. Now let's get to the next thing, which is now making sure your phone runs the latest version of iOS. Apple frequently pushes updates to improve performance and efficiency, and you may want to go to Settings, then go to General, and go to Software Update and check for updates. But also, there are people that use beta updates of iOS version. These are like beta updates are just like, pre-release versions that have some new features but come with downsides like performance being lower and heating maybe even just ridiculously high, because it's normal, because it's beta update and it's not the official version of the system, and it's not made to have a great performance or great heat optimization. So if you have a beta update enabled, I have it, but it's not my main phone here, so I can do it. But if you have a beta update, then you shouldn't be surprised when it overheats. In beta updates, you can just turn them off. But unfortunately, once you have installed a beta update, then you'll just need to wait until the iOS version that you have a beta for, like I have iOS 26 beta, I need to wait until iOS 26 public version rolls out until I can get out of the beta. That's why I never recommend the beta for just people that want to use this on the main phone. Now, also in your battery health in settings, check if your battery is degraded significantly. So let's go to settings, to battery, then go all the way down to battery health and charging and find maximum capacity. Mine is 89. It's not too much. The maximum is of course 100, right? So if it's visibly degraded, then it may cause some heat, so you may want to replace it, and replacing it may help you, but as long as you replace it with an original battery, because if you do a fake battery, then it will cause your phone to overheat twice as much. Now finally, for some long-term tips, if overheating started right after installing a specific app, uninstall it. It may not be optimized. If your phone still overheats during light use, that could point to a hardware issue like a failing battery or logic board. In that case, it's best to contact Apple support or visit an authorized repair center. And I think that for the recap, keep your phone cool by removing heat traps, adjusting the usage, tweaking a few settings, charging smartly, and keeping your software updated, and don't have the beta update. Most of the time these steps will solve the problem, and if not, then it's worth getting your phone checked out. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.